Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ever wonder how your phone calls the internet data travel across the world? Today we are going to demystify their process by breaking down the two main methods of networking, packet switching and circuit switching. Let's dive in. But before that, don't forget to like and hit the bell icon to subscribe for the more tech related content. This is the agenda of today's video where first we will understand what is packet switching, then we will come to know what is circuit switching, and finally we will come to understand the difference between these two types of method. So first let's move on to understand the packet switching. Packet switching is the modern way of communication. In this method your data is broken down into small chunks or blocks which are called packet. Each packet is individually labeled with destination address and they all travel independently through the network. At the receiving end, packets are reassembled to make up the message. Let's demonstrate this concept visually. In this diagram, the message is divided into different packets and they are routed through different paths to the single destination. At the receiving end, all the packets are combined to form the original message. Think of it like a modern highway system. Each packet is a car with the destination and it can take any available route to get there. In this type of communication method, the network is not tied off. The pathways are shared so the multiple users can send their packets at the same time. Thus, it allows the lesser response time. This is far more efficient than circuit switching. After understanding the concept of packet switching, now let's move on to discuss what is circuit switching. This is older technology than packet switching, which is most famously used by the traditional telephone network. Imagine you want to call a friend. With the circuit switching, the network establishes a dedicated physical connection between your phone and your friend's phone for the entire duration of call. The concept of circuit switching can be well demonstrated through this diagram. Let's suppose there are two people connected with each other through the telephonic network. The communication is initiated by establishing a connection and then sending data over the dedicated channel or path. This channel cannot be used by third person at that point of time, as it is only dedicated for these two people. Think of it like this. It is a private road built just for your car to drive on. No one else can use that road while you are on it. After understanding the concept of packet switching and circuit switching, now it is time to discuss the differences between both types of communication methods. The first one is based on bandwidth allocation. In packet switching, the bandwidth allocation is done dynamically. It is a method where a network bandwidth is shared among multiple users and is adjusted in the real time based on current demand. It is more flexible and efficient approach that takes advantage of the fact that the most users don't need maximum bandwidth at the same time. While in circuit switching, the bandwidth allocation is done in fixed fashion. It is also known as a dedicated or static allocation. It is the method where a specific amount of bandwidth is permanently reserved for a user, device or application. This allocation remains constant regardless of whether the user is actively using the network or not. The second difference is based on cost. When it comes to cost, packet switching is usually cheaper because you pay based on the amount of the data sent, and network resources are shared among many users. In contrast, the circuit switching is more expensive since it requires a dedicated connection for entire call, meaning you pay for the reserved line even when no data is being transmitted. And third difference is based on the application. The packet switching mechanism is ideal for data communication like emails, web browsing, and file transfers, where information is sent in the small packets and can take different routes to reach the destination. On the other hand, circuit switching is mainly used for real-time voice calls and traditional telephone networks, where a dedicated path is needed for continuous, uninterrupted communication. The fourth difference is based on type of connection. Packet switching is usually connectionless, meaning data packets are sent independently without setting up a dedicated path, which makes it faster for starting communication. In circuit switching, this approach is not used. The circuit switching is connection-oriented. It requires establishing a dedicated path before data are transmitted, ensuring that a continuous and reliable connection for the entire session. Both packet switching and circuit switching can be differentiated based on example. Packet switching is used in technologies like the internet, email, web browsing, instant messaging, and cloud-based file transfers, where all are relying on sending data in small packets without a fixed path. On the other hand, the circuit switching is commonly used in traditional landline telephone calls, ISDN networks, or dial-up connections and private leased lines, where a dedicated path is reserved for the entire conversation. Now, the question that might be rising, which one is better? Packet switching is generally better for the modern communication because it is more efficient, cost effective, and scalable, making it ideal for the internet and most data services. While on the other hand, circuit switching still has an edge for the real-time constant speed needs like traditional voice calls, but for everyday digital communication, packet switching wins. Let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, then drop in the comment section. I will try to read to your questions. Thanks and have a great day.